Isn't it rich that The View is saying she got the job based on looks when DEI is all about based on looks?
They really don't like this woman. She's a good communicator. And so Joy Behar just offered her analysis.
The popular daytime talk show is now enmeshed in a legal tempest that might signal catastrophe for its future, with court fights looming and public indignation reaching a boiling point. A high-stakes lawsuit and a media frenzy were triggered by the show's inflammatory statements about Karoline Leavitt, the youngest White House press secretary in history. Although controversy has always been the show's lifeblood, the outcry this time is unprecedented. During a contentious debate analyzing Leavitt's first White House press conference, many are questioning if the show's perspective has now gone too far. Joy Behar, who is well known for her straightforward and combative style, made a comment that many are calling overtly sexist. "She's a 10 in Donald Trump's eyes," she said, implying that Leavitt most likely received the desired post based on her looks.
I'm stunned and amazed by his new White House spokeswoman today. She's actually the youngest ever.
Her comment had tremendous and rapid effects. The fact that Leavitt's qualifications were minimized to her appearance offended a lot of people. Social media was ablaze with indignation, denouncing Behar for her obvious hypocrisy, since the show consistently advocates for women's empowerment. The inconsistency was immediately brought to light by critics, who questioned how a program that purports to support women could turn around and denigrate a historical figure. This was seen by many as proof that the show only favors women when it aligns with their narrative. Others retorted that it exposed the historical injustices of the program. Media experts, conservative critics, and even some liberal voices denounced Behar's remark as disrespectful and humiliating, questioning why a program that fights misogyny would so casually partake in it. But it wasn't only Behar who was stirring things up. The press secretary attacked wokeness throughout her briefing. Without holding back, Whoopi Goldberg gave a harsh reprimand, stating, "You wouldn't even have the job without very wokeness." Some recognized Leavitt's criticized comment as a valid point of contention, but it sent shockwaves across the discourse, igniting even more intense debate. While some fiercely retaliated, accusing Goldberg of downplaying Leavitt's achievements and suggesting that she only got her job due to political trends rather than her own abilities, others argued that progressive movements and diversity programs helped women like Leavitt achieve success. The View finds itself in a vulnerable position as legal challenges increase and the dispute intensifies. Fans are divided, and media attention is at an all-time high as a result of a significant lawsuit hanging over them and the opinions of critics from both sides on the show's continued existence.
Karoline Leavitt is the press secretary at the White House, doing a great job. Such a great job that the ladies of The View feel the green monster coming.
In what many are seeing as a clear effort to suppress conservative pundit Karoline Leavitt, Whoopi Goldberg and Joy Behar unleashed a full-scale assault on her during a heated on-air argument. Will The View eventually collapse because of this? Scandal? The debate about perspectives took a sharp and dramatic turn. The two hosts repeatedly rejected Leavitt's remarks, claiming she didn't understand their arguments and even requesting that she stop using certain terms, a move that instantly went viral on social media. Many referred to the exchange as obviously hypocritical, and the event quickly escalated into a major controversy. The View has long taken pride in supporting women's empowerment, but it seemed that only women who shared its views were receiving this support. Viewers criticized the blatant double standard in a rapid and harsh manner, as many people pointed out the contradiction and questioned how a program that claims to empower strong, successful women could so easily reject someone who has created a political career at such a young age. Social media erupted in outrage. One especially scathing remark, which claimed that a Republican would have been crucified for making such a statement about a liberal woman, went viral. Another commenter attacked Goldberg and Behar for dragging down a woman who earned her position through hard work rather than attractiveness, reducing her achievement to her looks rather than acknowledging her qualifications. When it was disclosed that Karoline Leavitt had brought a significant defamation lawsuit against both Goldberg and Behar, alleging that their disparaging comments had seriously harmed her professional reputation, the story took an even more startling turn. The daytime television business was rocked by the case, which was reportedly worth millions. The idea that The View was now actively harming the same values it purports to support was echoed in a letter. The show's future has never been more uncertain as the lawsuit looms and public outcry grows louder. Is The View as we know it going to disappear because of this legal battle? The View hosts were desperately attempting to lessen the damage when Goldberg and Bahar went on the air with a dramatic on-air apology in an effort to repair the repercussions.
That wokeness, you might not have that job.
Yeah. Because women were not invited.
We sincerely regret our remarks and any harm they may have caused, Bahar remarked, her voice obviously trembling. Goldberg nodded in agreement, seeming upset. But if they thought that by apologizing the fire would be extinguished, they were terribly mistaken, as the backlash was severe and immediate. Many social media users voiced concern, saying that the hosts had only apologized to avoid legal action. The 27-year-old Karoline Leavitt kept gaining popularity. She had already made an impression with her audacious and self-assured performance at her first White House briefing. But her controversial appearance on The View made her a political lightning rod and catapulted her into the spotlight. The public sentiment was encapsulated in one widely shared comment. They're not sorry for what they said, they're just sorry they got sued. Many believed that, had the lawsuit never happened, Goldberg and Bahar would have doubled down instead of apologizing. Behind the scenes, the show's reputation had been severely damaged by the lawsuit's financial burden and public outrage, according to insiders, and there were rumors that The View might be canceled as the drama intensified.
Let's talk about the fact that Democrats have been labeling President Trump a to democracy for the better half of 10 years. Let's talk about how they have compared him to one of the worst mass in the history of the world, and that Kamala Harris and Joe Biden weaponized the court system and the justice system in this country against Donald Trump in an attempt to imprison him. He sat through a courthouse for 7 weeks this past year, and the Democrats were hoping he would go to jail for it. That is real political that has led to 2 heinous attempts on President Trump's life that, by the grace of God, he was able to escape, and he is here with us today. So yes, President Trump knows a little bit about political because he's experienced it himself. And talking about the tragic realities of war that Liz Cheney and her father Dick Cheney have got this country into is not political. It's talking about the reality of the foreign conflicts that the Washington, D.C. establishment have sold out young Americans.
As management hurried to rescue the program, tensions reportedly broke out. Some even suggested that Joy Behar may be dismissed as a final effort to reverse the damage. Behind the scenes, Joy Behar was allegedly incensed over the criticism, believing that she was being unjustly singled out, and that the fallout was the fault of everyone except herself. Behar was apparently denying any misconduct rather than taking responsibility, insisting that the incident was a blown-up scandal. The ongoing feud between Karoline Leavitt and The View has escalated tensions, sparking legal threats and internal conflicts among the hosts. While Leavitt leverages the controversy to build her brand, Joy Behar remains defiant, further dividing the panel. Whoopi Goldberg faces criticism, and Alyssa Farah Griffin calls for balance. But the show's credibility is in jeopardy. Fans are demanding accountability, with some calling for Behar's departure. As Leavitt rises as a political force, The View faces an uncertain future, with cancellation rumors growing amid shifting viewer expectations. So what do you think? Drop your thoughts in the comments section below. And if you don't want to miss out on the hottest celebrity news, make sure to subscribe to Daily Finder.